Well, hello there. Happy Sunday. I just felt like I needed to do a little video today and not to have a rant, but just to express what I've experienced this past couple of weeks. And just a little warning, this might feel a little bit triggering to some. It might not be easy to hear for others. But this is the new Laura. This is the Laura who is no longer living her life to please people and try to be liked. So I have to speak my truth. So here we go. So, and just to add to that, if you do feel uncomfortable or triggered by anything that I am about to share today, realize that that is actual gold for you and your healing journey. Because when we ever feel triggered or upset or rumbled or uneasy about anything that we experience or anything that another person says to us, the reason why we feel that reaction within our body is because there is an active vibration already inside of us. So it is just showing us what there is to heal within the body. Because if it was not active in our vibration, we wouldn't feel triggered. We wouldn't feel upset by whatever anybody else says to us. Okay, so just bear that in mind because there's a lot of people in this healing space who have been in this spiritual space a long time, and they are still in the place of projecting their unhealed traumas on other people. And by that, I mean, when you hear people say, you have made me feel like this, nobody can make you feel any way at all. It's all within ourselves. We need to take responsibility for what is going on within our vibrational field all the time. This is what we need to do. This is the work. This is the work. Everything we feel is our responsibility to understand, to explore, to lean into, and to release. Okay, with that being said, what I wanted to share is I've done quite a lot of sessions with different people over the past few weeks, and it's been so interesting how many people I have spoken to who have said to me, Laura, I have been in this place for years. I have been doing the healing work for years. It could be 10, 20, 30 years. People, this is what people are saying to me. And at first, I believed them. I thought that their interpretation of healing was the same as my interpretation of healing. And bearing in mind, I have been in this space for 2 minutes. Yeah, hardly any time at all. Like since 2020, this whole world of spirituality opened up for me. And it's about 2 years now since I've been on the healing journey. So when people are saying to me, Laura, I've been here for like 10, 20 years, I've been healing, I'm doing the work, I believed them. But then I was curious because I'm thinking, well, I'm doing the work. And for me, it's only been 2 years. And I am noticing massive shifts in myself, in the way that I think, the way that I feel, the way that I perceive the world, the way that I am looking at the world now. And I am noticing that the world, my experience of the world, is totally shifting monumentally for me. So, why is that happening when I have spent 2 years in this space? Literally didn't even have a clue about spirituality a few years ago. How am I getting these results? And these people who are telling me that they're healing, how are they not getting the results? So I was getting curious and I ask, what does that look like for you when you say you're doing the healing? What healing are you doing? What does this look like? And a lot of the time they're reeling off these different healing modalities. And so I'll ask, what does that feel like for you in your body? You know, what are you experiencing when you're doing this healing? And the response that I would get, and bearing in mind, I'm not talking about if you're new on this journey, right? I'm talking about the people who are telling me that they have been in this world of spirituality and healing for years. The responses that I've been getting have been, yeah, just I felt a bit better. I felt a bit of energy move, felt a bit of tingling, connected to guides, connected to ancestors, felt some crystal healing, felt the energy shifting in my body, got a download. And that's what their experience of healing is. Now, what's interesting is my experience of healing was like that for the first few months. I would say the first 3 months of my healing journey. Started to feel tingles in my body, was connecting, getting sort of things popping into my mind. And then as I went deeper, as I opened up more to this journey, as I was really allowing myself to come into the body and allowing these emotions up, because remember, we are energy. Everything is energy. And our emotions are our energy in motion. So the only way we can access what is going on in terms of our energetic field is by being in touch with our emotions. And a lot of the time, as humans, we literally function and operate from the mind, this physical mind. Pretty much 95% of humans don't feel anything from the head down into their body. And our bodies are housing our emotions, which is the absolute key to this healing work, to this healing journey, by allowing ourselves to access these emotions. So, healing journey. First few months, yeah, you could feel a little bit of energy, something a bit shifting maybe. After that, when I do healing, and I do it on myself a lot, and I have a lot of sessions on myself, what it looks like for me, pretty much every session involves tears. And I mean tears. I mean streaming down my face. I mean sobbing, making noises that I never even realized I could make. I'm talking screaming. I'm talking banging, hitting, releasing anger, releasing fear, releasing terror, shaking, feeling the emotions, allowing the emotions to come up, whatever that is in the body. It feels uncomfortable. It is not easy to unlock an emotion that is being trapped in our bodies and allow it to come up and allow ourselves to feel it. It's not something that we want to do, right? It's uncomfortable. We fear it. We push it down. This is why the human mind constantly pushes this stuff down. It doesn't want to feel the emotions. It doesn't want to access the emotions. This is programmed for survival only. And because when those experiences that created those emotions, those traumas in our bodies, when they happened, the brain perceived whatever it was as a life or death situation, survival. The human species, the human mind is here to survive. And so much of these experiences, these traumas have been pushed deep into our body, and we are literally functioning from survival. Is that what we're here to do? Just to survive? Because that's not what my soul signed up for when I decided to have this experience here. And that is why I'm leaning into this healing journey. And it takes bravery and it takes courage. And a lot of the time when I speak to people, they do not want to go there. They say to me, Laura, I know what it is, I can feel it, but I'm never going to go there. I'm never going to allow that out. I feel uncomfortable. Choose not to. The amount of times people have said to me, I have dealt with that a million times, and it's still there. It's still there because have you really dealt with it? Have you really allowed that anger, that fear, that trauma, that betrayal, that terror, whatever it is, have you really allowed that guilt, that shame? Have you allowed yourself to experience it and feel it so it can disappear through your body, so it can move through and release? Have you really? Because going back to a memory and just being aware of something is not doing the inner work. We are not getting anywhere doing that. So often people say to me, but Laura, I've gone back to my childhood. I've done my inner work. Okay, you've gone back to your childhood. Tell me about that. What did that look like? Oh, well, there was this memory and that memory, and I've spent a lot of time, going through it and sort of processing it. Okay, guess what? The inner work is called the inner work because it is subconscious. It's inside of us. We cannot remember these memories that are stored inside our bodies because they're hidden from us. It is below the veil of consciousness. It is hidden. We do not know that they are there. So when I just described that I'm hitting and I'm screaming and I'm yelling and I'm crying and making these noises that I didn't know that my body could make, I don't know where they're from. I don't know what it is. I don't need to know. Sometimes I do know. Sometimes if I need an awareness around a memory, then it comes to me. But I know that those energies are inside my body, like frozen moments in time, packed inside my body that I need to lean into to allow to release. So, for example, had a lady just recently who felt fear, lots of fear, every area of her life felt fearful. Now, it just constantly kept coming up no matter what she did. There was more and more just piling on in her mind. And it was annoying her because this is not who she wants to be. She does not want to be consumed by this fear, this worry, this anxiety about what's going to happen and the worst case scenario over everything. Now, to give you an idea, she tried a number of different healing modalities to try and figure out where this was coming from. It's only when we truly release and allow ourselves to lean into the emotion, the energy in the body, that we can unlock where that came from. Now, do you want to know where she went? Past life. Past life. This lady was experiencing being drowned at the age of 12. Somebody was holding her under the water to see if she would die. If she died, it was proved that she wasn't a witch. If she didn't die, she knew she was going to get burnt at the stake. This was where the fear came from. This is what was holding her back. This was what has been within her energetic field all of her life. She didn't know where it had come from. This is how powerful our energies and our emotions are. Another lady always felt hidden, wanted to hide away, also felt claustrophobic. Where does that come from? Why is she not stepping into her light? Why is she not shining her light and bringing her gifts to the world? Because this is a powerful lady I'm talking about here. Why? Because there was a past life where she was locked in a room and there was an abuser. She wanted to hide away, fearful of being seen. Also, another past life of being drowned in a car, stuck in a car, sinking. Yeah. So when we don't understand the way that we are sometimes, It's only our emotions that are going to allow us to get there. And the only way we can truly evolve past survival mode, which is part of being human, we are all operating in survival mode until we allow ourselves to unlock our emotions. We're just existing. We're just existing. We're trying to control, we're trying to grasp, we're trying to struggle, we're striving just to get from day to day, live from paycheck to paycheck, experiencing the same cycles, the same patterns, the same repeated problems, the same issues. Even though life might seem great sometimes, it soon comes up back into our awareness, the same cycles. They are there because they are inside our energetic fields. So, if this is speaking to you, and like I say, I'm not speaking to the people who are new in this space, because when you are new in this space, the healing journey does seem quite nice and gentle, and there's nothing too heavy that's going to come up, because our subconscious will only allow us to heal and release what we're ready to heal and release. I am talking about those of us who call ourselves healers and who have been in this space for a long time and not getting anywhere. If this is speaking to you, I invite you now, if you would like to surrender to this and allow your subconscious to really start to help you to open up to feeling into your body, to leaning into these emotions, to allow them to move and process through. I invite you just to put your hand on your heart now. Just close your eyes for me. Just calling in your guides, galactics, teams, light beings, angels, ancestors. Kia oturia naria kutukuria siki aya naria tokuria kia otukuria sikiata. Horiano koria siki otukuria siki otukuria aya nario kutukuria sikiata kiata kiata. Okay. Oh, so knowing that you are a divine being of absolute light, pure God source, and knowing that you are here to do incredibly powerful things on this earth at this time. Just allowing and inviting our higher selves and releasing control of our physical human vessels and allowing our higher selves now to take control of us and our healing journey moving forward. Knowing it is safe to do so, knowing that we are always constantly guided, constantly supported. Just asking now for our higher selves to really just come in for us, guide us, help us to surrender, because we're ready to surrender what our humanness, what our human minds are telling us that we need to do. We're ready to surrender that now. To really be able to step into our light, to step into our light, to step into our power, to experience life, to live life, to create everything and anything that we want to create, because we are creators, we are divine, and we have come here to create, to be the light, to shine the way and lead the way forward. And just breathe into your heart for me. Riano kario kotokria siki otokria sana ariana ario kotokria sikiata. Hionoria ayaki otokosaki anana yaki otokria sikiata. Uno okotokoria ayonoria siki otoria sana ario kotokoria sikiata. I ayaki ana ariaki osoni okoria siki otoria na ayana ario kotokoria sikiata. Kwaya sana yaki o noriaki ayana saki otokoria sikiata. Kwata sana oriano koria sani ayanario koria niono kiatario saki otokoria sikiata. Kwariana ariana okario sikiariana yaki ono ka ayanio kotokor sikiata kiata oriano kotokoria sikiata. Just asking for the courage and the bravery to allow us to do this now. We need to rise. It's time to rise, people. If you are a healer in this space, maybe you've got your own modality, maybe you've learnt a modality. What I would challenge you and ask you is, how much healing are you doing on yourself? How much of this work are you doing? Because the danger is here now moving forward. If we are not releasing our own traumas, if we are not releasing our own experiences, our own tainted visions of reality, because all we see and experience is what we perceive is this experience. If there was somebody sat next to me now, their perception of this very experience in this very same room would be different to mine, because what they've experienced in their world, in their life, is going to colour what they're experiencing now, as mine is now. And this is what the healing work does. It helps to clear that vision so we can live in the moment experientially, be here, live in the present moment without the human mind already remembering what is the meanings we put on things. What do I mean by that? So, a pen, right? We all know this is a pen. We've given it a name. We expect it to write because we remember what it is. It's a program running in our mind that this is a pen. We can't experience this anymore. We can't really appreciate it for what it is. Because straight away, program, mind, pen, write with it. And this is just a very small example. But an example that was brought to me the other day was, if you've got young children or children at all, you put them to bed on a night. If you're anything like I was, putting your children to bed on a night, absolute pain in the ass task, right? You are just desperate for those kids to go to sleep so you can finally relax. But that's the program. That's the program. Because experientially, if we were really present in that moment, if we weren't living from survival mode because we've been doing, rushing, trying to grasp, reach, fix, surrender, prove our worthiness to everybody else, if we were really present, that experience of holding our children, looking at them in the eye, connecting with them, looking at the absolute beauty and perfection on their faces, their fingers, their toes, listening to what they are actually saying, connecting with them on such a deep level. This is an experience that we're missing out on every day because we are living in our survival program, in our mind. And believe me, I am still doing this work. It's a lot to do, but it's about unbecoming the survival mode that this human life has it caused us to be. For us to be truly present and really be able to be alive and truly create from that place of just absolute freedom and happiness, this is the work that we need to do. So if you are a healer and you probably running that story. Look at me. I'm healing other people. Aren't I a good person? Look, people like me because I'm giving my time away and I'm doing this for the goodness of humanity. Yeah, amazing. But what story is it that you're trying to fulfill there? I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. What are you trying to prove? Because the only work for any of us to do, first and foremost, is to sort ourselves out first. To get to know us on a deeper level, to see who we actually are under our survival stories. Because we are so packed away, we are so buried under programs, fears, traumas, experiences, what everybody else has projected onto us. We literally do not know who we are. We don't have a clue who we are until we are brave enough to do this work. And that's what I'm saying. If you are in this space as a healer, Often we project our worries, our fears, our traumas, our own experiences onto other people. The number of times I've worked with people and they're mentioning things to me, and I'm like, why would you say that? Like, where's that come from? That is coming from a strong place of fear and worry. And then they tell me it's from another healer that they've worked with. And I'm like, no way. Why are we projecting our unhealed traumas, our worries, our fears onto other people? We are love. All that is love. Everything else has been created by the human mind, the human survival mind in this dense 3D reality. And remember, this is a very low reality. This is a very low density with lots of shit that is basically programming in us to create the fear. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It's just us that transmute it by what we see and what we hear and what we feel. So it's our responsibility to do this work. It's our responsibility to figure out what's going on inside of us. We're all more than capable of doing it. And if we want to truly set ourselves free and truly step into our power, this is what we need to do. And maybe if you are a healer, as well, there's so many in this space who got their own modality, advertising out there, maybe even giving it away for free. And nobody's working with you. You're not attracting clients. And maybe you're wondering why. Why am I not attracting clients? The reason why you're not attracting clients is because maybe there's work for you to do on yourself first to get into alignment with who you truly are. Because maybe this modality that you're putting out to the world right now is not the thing what you are here to bring. If you are here and you are in this space and you have been guided to watch this, it's for a reason. It's because you are a bloody powerful being. And you have got something incredible to bring to the world. And you are not going to uncover that until you get brave enough to dive into yourself, to lean into and experience these emotions, these energies, releasing them. So I'm going to leave you with that. Actually, no, I'm just going to explain. If this has spoken to you and you're like, yes, Laura, this is me. I know I'm not going deep enough. Just the next time you have a healing session, and if that's something you're struggling with, I always talk about an app called Insight Timer. It's free. There is a paid version. Don't go to the paid version. You can get the free version. It is full of different meditations. This is how I started. Meditations, activations, breath work, inner child healing, all sorts, shadow work on there. Meditations, right? Dead easy. You can do it on your own. You don't need anybody else. It's free. All you need to do is invest your time, step out of the survival mode of do, and allow yourself to stop and give yourself the time to do this. So meditation, Insight Timer, it's free. Set the intention, ask your guides to come in. I want a big release here. I want a big release. And when you are in that meditation or you're in your healing session, whatever it is, and you feel the emotion come up, how many people I see hide it, stifle it. They don't want to cry. They don't want to get a fucking cushion and knock the shit out of it. Yeah, our bodies have to release the energy. It has to come out somehow. If you can feel it bubbling up inside you, think, what does my body need to allow this to just process through my body? You might want to go for a walk. You might want to stomp your feet. You might want to go for a run. You might want to get your boxing gloves on and punch the shit out of something in the gym. You might want to go dancing, ecstatic dancing. You might just feel the emotion. It might sit with you for a day or two and it might feel uncomfortable. I remember the time when I first did this, disappointment came up. Disappointment. never really allowed myself to feel disappointment before. I didn't even realize every time it came up, pushed it down, distracted my mind, made myself feel better. So what happened? That disappointment stayed in my body. How did that look? What was going on in my life? Situation after situation after situation, making me feel disappointment because I was creating those situations because of my vibration. I was holding on to disappointment. So I learned to allow myself to feel it, to sit with it, to be with it, explore it. How did that feel in my body? And it just took a day and then it went and everything lifted. Everything in life started changing for me when I allowed myself to feel that disappointment. Sadness is another huge one. This is something that I've literally felt it in my face so much. It's almost like every smile was almost fake. But I've allowed myself to sit with it, really feel into it, figure out which part of me that was, where that came from. And it's like it's been lifted. In fact, I've been told that many times recently, people saying to me, "Laura, you look like you've lost weight." It's not weight that I've lost. Something in my face has shifted. They keep saying to me, "Your face is something's different." I mean, I don't see it myself, but this is what people are saying to me. This is the power of what we're doing. This is the power of the work. It's deep, it's inside us, and it's our choice, you know? Another person said to me recently, almost that martyr energy, "I'm here to do a big job on the earth." Maybe I've written it into my soul contract that I'm going to suffer. I'm going to hold on to this physical pain and all of this physical trauma because that's my job for humanity. Really? Really? So the God that you're connected to, you think that's what they want for you? This God of love and light, your higher self. You reckon you wrote that into your soul contract? Because the God, the version of God that I connect to, doesn't want anyone to experience any suffering, trauma, pain, physical illness, disease, anxiety, stress, problems with the body, illnesses. We didn't come here for any of that. The only reason we're carrying it is because of the energies in our bodies. And guess what? You are powerful and you have the ability to transmute the energies in your own body, to release them, to heal your own illness, to heal your own pain, to release your own traumas, to stop those patterns, the poverty patterns, the lack patterns, the patterns with relationships that are attracting really crap people into your life. You know, everybody has got this ability. We're powerful. We just don't realize how powerful we are yet. But not one of us needs to hold on to this stuff. It's all choice. And yes, you know, there's destiny. Sometimes there's certain things on that higher level that maybe we cannot control, but destiny is just free will on that higher level. Before we were incarnated, we create a soul contract. We decide exactly what we want to experience here. We decide how that's going to look, what challenges we want to experience, the opportunities, the obstacles. We set contracts up with every single person that is in our reality. It's all done. It's all done. That's your destiny. And then when you're here, you're incarnated, you have that free will. So you get to make the choices of exactly how that plays out. You know, do I get up now and go make a cup of tea and finish this video here? Or do I carry on talking to you for a few minutes? Because every single choice is another timeline, another potential timeline. But what my higher self has decided for me to do in this lifetime, I am going to get there because that is my destiny. And you will as well. And it's just your choice whether or not you decide to step into that place of courage and bravery to do this work now, or to keep hiding. Keep hiding behind the story, keep hiding behind the survival, keep projecting out onto other people. It's other people I need to heal. I can heal other people. But as long as he's staying in this place, nothing's going to change. He's still going to experience the same struggles, the same problems, the same lack, pains, disease, illness, eating problems, weight problems, addictions, anxieties, all of it. All of it comes from energies within the body, trapped emotions. All of it. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to make my cup of tea. If you want some healing sessions, if you want access to them, Divine Light Tribe, this is what my membership is for. It's for people like you and me on this journey together, where we meet every single week, sometimes twice a week, live sessions, lots of different healing modalities every single week. As well, in there is a portal of all of the past recordings of all of the different sessions that you can get involved with. You've got access to it all, and also an energy exchange portal on there. So if you know you want that one-to-one support, you've experienced something quite deep in this lifetime, sexual trauma, childhood abuse, whatever it is, and you want somebody to hold space for you, there are some amazing ladies in there who are doing this work, who have experienced exactly those things, and who can hold you through that. I'd fully understand how you feel. Okay. So no matter what it is that you've experienced, I can guarantee you, you will be matched, because this is all spirit led. You'll be matched to the exact right person for you to help to hold you through those experiences. Okay. So it's an amazing place to be. What else do I want to say? Oh yeah, just to mention as well, Natalie and I are both going deep with our healing, and we're both experiencing a lot with our sessions that we're holding as well for other people. So we're coming together for our first Rise VIP day. This is an experiential day where we can hold you through this space of really leaning into the biggest problem, the biggest discomfort, the biggest repeated pattern, the biggest thing that you really want to move beyond. And we're going to help you to feel into where that is coming from, what it is, take you there, and allow it to heal and release through your body. So that's on the 14th of December. It's going to be in North Leeds. It's £199 per person. It's a full day, includes all nutritious food, cacao ceremony, meditation, workshop, movement, somatic movement, shamanic healing, breath work. Like literally, it's just going to be insane. You're not going to leave being the same person. And this is going to be the start of something that we do moving forward, because being just totally guided to do this, because this is powerful work. This is how we rise. This is how we rise to do what we came here to do. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll catch you soon.